I think a very good game.
Thistle currently on a 3-game unbeaten run. Started against Dundee United. Will it continue against Dundee United?
What I think should be happening is not just a win, but a statement win here tonight. I think the last few have been close, and they've needed that run of form, but now it's time to really show that they are, as they say, the best of the rest when it comes to the split.
So we'll go through a quick run through of the lineups. We'll start with our visitors in numerical order. Starting in goal, number 21 Beth Rennie, number 2 Katie Frew, number 3 Emily Martindale, number 6 Ashley Robertson, number 8 Natasha Bruce, number 10 Kayla McDonald-Ngua, number 11 Alex Moody, number 15 Layla Marnie, number 17 Megan Burns, number 20 Freya Bryan, number 22 Sophie Timlin. Now onto their bench, number 1 Beth Mowat, number 7 Maisie Stewart, number 12 Anna Dickoff, number 16 Alex Logan, number 18 Amy Taylor, number 19 Maya Knight, and number 25 Hannah McFarlane. Thistle's lineup now. Goal, number 1 Jennifer Curry, number 2 Rosie Slater, number 3 Amy Richardson, number 4 Cheryl McCulloch, number 5 Demi Faulkner, number 14 Amy Bullock, number 16 Ellie Kane, number 18 Hannah Robertson, number 21 Olivia King, number 22 Georgia Gray, number 23 Kylie Bircham. And onto the bench for Thistle, number 26 Ailey Tebbett, number 6 Emma Craig, number 7 Cody Hay, number 10 Carla Boyce, number 12 Rachel Donaldson, number 15 May English, and number 20 Shona Cowan. Now, 4-3 last game out. That was a lot of goals in that, hopefully similar amount of goals, but perhaps a little less conceded.
More one-sided. I think they did well to come back, but it shouldn't have gotten that close, and I think that will have been the message after the game, is to go 4-1 up and to concede those 2 late goals. It can't really happen here, especially on your own turf.
Tyree Birchall now with the ball, dropping it back. Of course, Tyree's scored 3 in a row now. It's finally coming to a wee bit of form in this bottom half. It's now made its way up to Ellie Kane, really impressed since her return from injury. She's dropped that back to Rosie Slater, looks for a first time cross. It's a bit of a good one, well dealt with in the time being, and Damie Bullock will take a strike, and caught there by Rennie, but good start.
Don't mind it, sun's in the keeper's eyes from where we're standing, and that's the kind of the perfect shot, maybe settle some nerves a bit. I think the aim here is just to stop the ball on the ground, and I think Ellie Kane is offside there, but apparently not.
Referee's kept the flag down and safely into the arms. Just about a minute in here, and it's already looking pretty decent.
It's just going to be about concentration this game, I feel. It's going to be about getting an early lead and then not letting Dundee United back into it, because they have, I mean, the scores that they've had in the past, and the table doesn't really reflect it, but they've got some players here to watch out for. Forward,
out of play. Of course, I think we've highlighted a few players in the couple of times we've commentated against Dundee United already. I think probably Rennie and Bryan are probably the 2 standouts, both on loan from Hearts. I think last time out against Dundee United, it might have been 4-3, but it could have been easily 14-3. Amount of saves that Rennie made.
I think so, but you know, Hearts are essentially just a quarry of players. Everyone in the league is going to have some association with that club in about 10 years and their academy. I think Rennie was fantastic. Bryan as well is someone I think has a very bright future in the game. Quite young, and you can tell that there's a little bit of, you know, a few things to iron out in her game, but a fantastic player, and has been one of the best performers for them this season.
Rennie only 19, Bryan only 17. Definitely 2 stars for the future for Hearts.
A lot of confidence, and I remember the goal that Bryan scored from the halfway line. It was from that kickoff. That's not something that every 17-year-old will do.
Yeah, against Motherwell, I want to say that was. It scored 2 against us last time out. 1 only 30 seconds in. It was absolute peach. But Dundee United on the attack here, and that was, referees gave a foul here. I think it could have gone either way with that. I think just caught by, I want to say it was Amy Bullock, and now it's a dangerous free kick for Dundee United. They do have plenty of tall options in the box. It looks like you have Timlin, Martindale, and probably Bryan as the target players for this.
And this one really leaving too many players. I see Ellie Kane on the edge of the box and Birchall up there with Frew, but I think it goes to show how worried they are about that height at the set piece, that they're not really willing to commit too many players forward here.
He's going to get whipped in, left foot delivery. It's a good one. Has gone right the way through him. Not entirely sure who got it. I want to say it was Martindale with the header, Emily Martindale.
signs.
Warning signs indeed. McCulloch looks to move that up towards Tyree Birchall. Bit of miscommunication there with Georgia Gray, but Gray does well to win the ball back and keeps the ball as well. Still with Georgia Gray, still having a wee bit of a dribble, gets fouled, but plays advantage, does very well, the youngster. Now good low pass there towards Ellie Kane, out wide to Amy Richardson. Sent long by the Welsh international, looking for a run of Hannah Robinson off the right. Tyree Birch also put pressure across, and very well done there by the two forwards, and earn a corner kick. Chance for us to show our strengths from set pieces.
Yeah, I mean, look, lethal as always from a corner, and especially free kicks. But Hannah Robinson there, just absolute pace merchant there. I think that was about 5 or 6 meters that she got on the defender, and now was in a corner, just her pure perseverance there.
Emily Martindale put pressure on from the last set piece. Gave away the corner here, can we punish? Delivery by Amy Bullock. It is a good one towards back stick. Oh, actually it went out. But I thought there was a wee bit of a foul there, but nothing enough to get a penalty.
No.
It looks like it was Sherry McCulloch took a wee bit of a knock. Back on the feet. Maybe not as good a one as I thought it was, but sun's on the rise.
It's sun's on the rise. It's difficult to tell, and you wouldn't be able to tell that this was a team with just 4 points. The way they are playing, I think they've got nothing to lose at this point, and I think they're going to throw everything at Thistle. And you know, before the game started, the way they were knocking the ball about just in the warm-ups, it was all smiles, and I think they're going to try and enjoy themselves here.
It's a team that can play with freedom. Their relegation was confirmed against us in the 4-3 result, but since then they've had 2 results, both only 1-0s against a high-flying Spartans and an equally good Montrose side right now. So good throw in there towards Ellie Kane, forward dispossessed by Moody, and it's a good ball up there towards, her aim was Robinson, and Olivia King now taking it for a stride and finds Tyree Birchall. She's got acres of space here up against Timlin, and it's well won back there by, and it's actually Brian that's worked her way back to win that. Timlin now looking to move that forward. Good interception there by Amy Bullock, and it is throw in Dundee United, but again, that's another opportunity where Tyree Birchall showed that she can sort of press in that counter.
Yeah, given the space, I think earlier in the season she'd struggled a bit when there was a player right on her, but she can drive ever so well, and especially on that counter, I think that's when she comes alive. A great work, by the way, from Olivia King to get that ball forward.
I mentioned it last time on commentary how Tyree's really, since the start of the season, like you mentioned, it looks like she's actually put on up a bit of muscle mass. She uses her strength to her advantage this time, rather than, you know, purely relying on pace. Definitely see that there. Ellie Kane does well there up against Timlin. Make sure we keep the ball, and now Bullock looking for that ball in behind, and flag just goes up. It was a tight one.
I think it was.
Very tight in it, only thin margins, but again, it's Tyree Birchall looking for that ball in behind, and she's definitely had Timlin for pace that time, that's for sure.
And that will be in the back of Timlin's mind now, knowing that she could get burned by Birchall. Might just give her that extra yard of space to work with, which is exactly what she's going to do.
A bit of miscommunication here. She definitely wasn't stood there for the ball in behind, so don't know where that came from. But Timlin to take the free kick, aiming towards Kayla McDonald-Dungoa, and cut out, but with Freya Bryan does well to take it past Slater. Now looking for that through ball, wins a throw in. She takes it fast, uses her strength well. Hear the jest of boos towards the forward, and she's offside there.
Strong player though. She absolutely bodied Georgia Gray, who's one of the more physical players in the league despite her age. And I think there was a little bit of an acknowledgement, excuse me, from Gray that she came out second best in that. I think she'll look to go again.
I don't think she likes being second best, Georgia Gray.
No, certainly not.
Thistle fans just letting Kayla know what they think of her right now.
I'm happy to see Georgia Gray further up the pitch than we usually do. I think this is a perfect game for it.
we mention our versatility so much, and I think this is the perfect time to showcase that. She's playing as a sort of, almost at like the number 10.
Yeah.
Foul against Thistle there. I'm not sure why. It looks like Ellie Kane was brought down, but
I think she just stretched out to reach a ball. She'd taken a bit of a heavy touch, and in doing so cut across. But arguable.
Good play here by Thistle. Now Olivia King looks for that ball in behind for Tiny Birchall again, and the flag's gone up again. That time I don't think so. I think that one more than the last one was. Play goes on regardless. Freya Bragg does well there, and equally well done by Amy Bullock. A bit of a heavy one there by Tiny Birchall. Sloppy mistake that she hardly ever makes. And that's a good bit of play there. Robertson now gets the ball. Try to press down that wing, but the youngster up against very strong Sherry McCulloch and comes out second best.
Sherry McCulloch doesn't lose duels against teams in the top 6, so it's a brave one. And once you're stuck down that alley, McCulloch is more than happy to take a player on there, especially she's got that size advantage there.
Good bit of play there to win the ball back. Bullock now drops it to McCulloch. Demi Faulkner just taking her time and looking to send that long towards Robertson. Good touch, and that's a clear handball there by Martindale.
Been great to see Hannah Robinson in the side, just really grown into this season. And at one point towards the beginning, you wouldn't have thought that she would have a role to play, and now it's starting to become more and more difficult to imagine a starting lineup without her in it.
She's done very well at the very start of the season. Scored that absolute wonder-shaking against Motherwell, and then had to bide her time for more game time. Nothing against her. It's just, I think Callie Gibb kind of made the right back spot her own, and that meant that other wingers were sort of ahead of her in the pecking order. And then she's absolutely smashed the last couple of weeks. Bullock. Still with Bullock, and now Robinson finds Olivia King. Still with Olivia King, and she does go down. Shouts for a penalty. It's kept in. I don't know why that was kept in by Dundee United, but it's went across towards Kane. She's looking to break onto that. Drops it back. Rosie Slater looks for that first time cross. It's a good one. Tiny Birchall gets the header. It's just too high for her. Can't catch it the way she wanted, and it is over. But bit of a manic couple of seconds then.
Yeah, again, you mentioned that decision to keep the ball in. I wasn't sure about that. I don't know why. But then that cross from Rosie Slater, we saw her attempting them against Spartans, and I think they're just getting better and better, and now it just needs someone on the end of it. Ellie King found herself a bit too far left, and Birchall put in not a bad header at all, but
she couldn't quite match it the way that she wanted to. And Kane now drops it to Slater. Sees a run of Georgia Gray, and just a bit too heavy for the youngster. And now a goal kick there for Dundee United.
They're going to play it out from the back end. That's not really a problem for Thistle. They will. Oh, it looks like they're coming up. But I was going to say the first time round it was a risky one, and maybe Rennie has thought twice about doing that again.
Just need to go back to why that ball was kept in though by Martindale. That's a bit uncharacteristic.
Something to go ask the manager at half time. Just the team, if that's part, if they just want to keep the ball alive, or if maybe they thought that it was going to be a corner. Yeah.
Decent long ball there by Rennie, finds Timlin. Now a bit of a battle in the midfield, and it's come out in Georgia Gray's favour. Flick on by Robinson now again, trying to battle away. King puts it out wide, good ball now. Amy Richardson looking to use the space down the right hand side. It's a low driven cross, and it's been spilled very nearly in the back of the net. God, good defending in the end, and a bit of complacency there by Georgia Gray.
Yeah, that could have gone so badly, but luckily she had her teammates there on the line to sort that out. But
not entirely sure what happened. That's a very... See, for the amount of goals that Dundee United conceded this season, Rennie is not one to make a mistake like that.
No, again, just went low, and it went right through her legs and her hands. Just,
I think it was just. I don't think that Ellie Kane was expecting it.
No, and maybe the keeper was thinking about having caught the ball before actually doing it, which is not all that rare. especially it happens more with passes and stuff, and when you think you're getting a touch and then the ball just rolls under your foot, less so with keepers, but you see it happen.
Bullock now looks for a ball up towards Slater. Now Birchall in the midfield does well. Perhaps looking for a shot. Takes the shot. It's a good one in. Oh, very nearly goes in. I was looping and I thought I was just going to creep under the bar, but just over from Tyree Birchall. And again, that's a showing of confidence.
We'll see that again. I mean, Tyree Birchall has been in such fantastic form, and being able to be recognised as a game winner, I think that will do the world of good for our confidence. And this is not the tallest keeper, and like we mentioned earlier, the sun is in her eyes. Why not just have a go? Bullock did it at the beginning, and I think they'll just keep doing it.
She hit a shot like that against Rennie in the away leg just a couple of weeks ago, and very nearly done the exact same. So she fancies her chances. It's Katie through now. Looks to move that on. It's picked up in the midfield, and a bit of rushing passing here.
Just as long as it doesn't bobble about too much, they just need to remember that technically they're the better side. They need to move it about like they are.
Play with the confidence, and that's a bit of a sloppy one there by Slater. I don't actually know what Bruce was attempting. I think she was trying to find McDonald and go a bit height. Send it away for a corner from for Dundee United. I'm puzzled as to how it set it up, but
a slight bit of panic at the back, just wanting to get rid of it, not getting that clearance away. And now again, I think the Dundee United players plan. See, they're just occupying the keeper there. Brian just standing next to her, just trying to get in her face up against Georgia Gray there.
Brian done very well to put some pressure on Curry, and Gray's taking it upon herself to tightly mark. It's a good one again, and it's grabbed very well out there by Jenny Curry.
That is fantastic work. I mean, she was surrounded by two giants and managed to just get up in the air and just put both.
Jeremy McCulloch will perhaps look to send Rosie Slater. Martindale's made it first and put Rennie under a lot of pressure, and that's out the stadium.
Yeah, I'm usually not a massive fan of the passes like that down the channel, but it's kind of, I think it suits the game today, and that we know that's in McCulloch's wheelhouse.
That's a good ball up there towards, I think it's Mooney running onto that. Well defended in the end. I think it might be Marnie actually. Sending up out Thistle bound, so
Dundee United very much in this. I don't think this will have been the better side by far.
Control there by Richardson. So definitely a slight breeze here, which is perhaps bobbling the ball a wee bit more than we would have liked. Good interception. Nobody can really control the ball right here. Bruce putting up again a fight against Gray. Olivia King just trying to steady the ship.
Yeah, that's exactly what the game needed. The ball bobbling about. They just need someone in the centre of the park just to control the tempo. And that's. Oof.
That's a. I think both players just going for the ball. And
one going for the ball, one going for Slater, but I won't say who's who.
Could Slater go for herself?
No. But yeah, they're putting the pressure on, and this one not looking all that comfortable at the back at the moment.
How important is Natasha Bruce's sort of experience though when it comes to this Dundee United team? She was there for a number of years, then made her way to Aberdeen, returned again in January. I think since she's came in, she's definitely steadied that midfield.
I think so, and it's especially when you've got the young players, the loanies, like we've mentioned. I mean, you don't have to be a technically better player, but just game experience is worth so much.
But you look at the ages of some of these players. Peter, obviously I've mentioned 19-year-old Dingone, Brian's 17, Robertson is also 17, Marnie's 15. Sophie Timlin, 17. Emily Martindale, 17. So it's a team full of teenagers with a sprinkle of experience in there. A couple of players sort of creeping towards 30.
I understand that there are extenuating circumstances for their not staying up, but I don't think you can have a team that young in any sport. I just think they needed more of a mix, and there are probably other reasons why that wasn't possible, but those players are going to take so much from these loan spells in their time at the club, regardless of where they finish in the table.
It's a good ball by Ellie Kane, and Robinson's going to do her best to keep that in, and I think she will. Against Frew, and does well to get the throw in. Very tight angle for Hannah Robinson to do anything from there.
Did well to get that throw in.
Olivia King now try to return it to Richardson. Does well to feed that back, and that's a good cross, and Rennie does well to keep hold of that one. She didn't keep hold of that one. It could have perhaps even gone in, but there was an Ellie Kane sniffing about that box.
Yeah. Ellie Kane is a different striker. It's been interesting to see in the last few weeks the kind of striker that she is compared to what we're used to in Carla Boyce. They both bring other players in very well, albeit in a different way. I think Carla Boyce controls the ball more, long balls higher up on her chest. Ellie Kane likes to have the ball at her feet and just lay it back to someone on the side for someone to run onto. Different approaches to essentially a similar role.
It's just tangled up at Tidy Birchall's feet, just kept it. Now looking for a switch towards Richardson. Gets it. A long ball again towards Robinson, trying to utilise her pace and technique. There shouts of praise from the management team over the other side of the pitch, so you know that they're liking what they've seen so far.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's some good play, keeping the possession here, and that's I'd say an unnecessary foul there by, I think it was Moody. It's one of the more experienced players in the squad, so you don't really expect that.
Dangerous position to leave the ball as well, because Bullock whips in a good cross.
It's a good cross. He's scored from a similar distance from a set piece this season.
Yeah, true. I just think a goal would deflate Dundee United in a way it wouldn't a lot of other teams. And so just getting that opener, and they can build on that. It's just important to not go into, I think, the half at 0-0. We don't want to give them any confidence.
Bobby Bullock to take. She does opt to cross and aiming towards McCulloch. Shouts of handball. Not clear enough angle for me to see. But
no, me neither. I would have to look at it back, but I never really saw the arm that far out, so.
Georgia Gray with a clever flick on, and does make its way towards Ellie Kane, who does get the header. It's a good save in the end by Rennie. Had to keep a hold of that one. Trying to release Brian quick, and maybe not to the speed that Brian wanted, and Georgia Gray does well. And you know what? It's very rare that you see a player in this league that towers over Georgia Gray, and Freya Bryan is one of those players.
Definitely, and has a good touch on her. Just like you said, needed that ball to come to her quicker because that allowed Gray just to get up in her face. That's a great ball there. Just looking for options here. A bit static, they need to start moving, but it feels like there's too many bodies in that area.
Very well done there by Birchall, perhaps a foul, but nothing given. Still in possession now. Marnie looking for a switch over. It eventually does get switched, and good composure heading from Richardson. King lays that off well, and it's found its way to Tyree Birchall, using her pace, and Timlin does very well to cover that. Timlin ain't happy. I think she thinks it hits off of Tyree Birchall.
I think it did.
It was very tight. Taken quickly, Ellie Kane trying to get the,
she might go for
the
it.
angle, and does go for it. It's not quite the shot she wanted, but again, that shot's in goal.
That's the worst thing you can see in a game. If it's a 0-0, there's no shots on target, you at least try. They say just test the keeper, because like we saw, you never know. They could drop the ball, spill it, and then that's you in.
Tell you what, it's good to see a lot of these players stepping up in the last last fixture, not even since, in the last fixture against Dundee United, 3 major injuries to Partick Thistle. Claire Docherty suffered at first, following a coming together of bodies, and taken quickly first here by Georgia Gray, and Ellie Kane now set up the angle. Oh, it's a great save. Not sure what is going on in the Dundee United defence, but it is cleared, and that was a real chance for Kane. Don't think she quite had the option to lay off Robinson, so she did probably do what most strikers should and takes that shot. Here's a ball in behind, nearly falls for Tiny Birchall. Good defending in the end there by Timlin, but can she get rid? Just about. Yeah, ball eventually cleared. As I was saying, Claire Docherty injured, multiple fractures in her arm, so her season's over. And then the unfortunate second half that came, which seen Cara Henderson do her ACL and meniscus. So that's going to be a lengthy spell on the sidelines. Well, also another ACL injury suffered to Lucy Sinclair in that match. So that's 3 players that first team players all out, and has seen bodies having to step up, and I think they have.
I think they have, and that's 3 very good players. First team, as they mentioned, Cara Henderson had just come back from an injury and was kind of firing them in already. And Lucy Sinclair is such a fantastic ball winner in that middle of the park. Just relentless with her energy. Obviously, there's the wise kind of attributes of Claire Docherty, who's not always starting, but when she does, puts in an absolute shift. So 3 very big losses, especially now that the games are coming to a week, can be tiring.
It's a good ball there towards Robinson. Good defending by Martindale, but can she get a clearance? No, she cannot. It's good pressure by Robinson. Keep. Is that in? Yeah, did keep it in, but just too much for Tidy to run onto. Yeah, like you say, that's just 3. Lucy Sinclair easily a shout for Player of the Year. Cara Henderson suffered with her injury problems. Unfortunately, it's the same knee that she did injure early in, I think it was December against Montrose she injured it. Such a pivotal player over the last number of years, scored many good goals, many crucial goals. Goal against Dundee United that secured her first ever top 6.
I think she was so keen to get back as well. You can see the way she was training, just desperate to get playing again and get close to those Scotland Youth International call-ups. And with the goals that she was putting in, she wasn't far off it. And I mean, I think she'll have this whole summer to recuperate, and that will be good for her. And hopefully she can come back for the start of next season, fit and firing.
Very optimistic with that, but I hope you're right. Yeah. John Cena type recovery there.
Yeah, to be honest, that's why I'm not a doctor.
King with another good switch. She's played very well so far today. Finds Hannah Robinson. Tries that early delivery, and it will get to Tiny Birchall. Just a bit too much for her. She couldn't quite find the angle of that shot.
I think she was offside anyway.
That's another good bit of play where you can see what we're doing. We're going to go down towards Hannah Robinson and put that ball across goal.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I don't know if she's offside or not. Tiny Birchall should have put that away. That's a very tight angle to balloon that ball over the bar, but it means she's getting in the right positions.
Well, we'll look at the table so far, and it's 1-0 to Aberdeen right now against Spartans in Edinburgh. Goal by Hannah Stewart. Very big, that one. Tiny Birchall does very well to win the ball. I think she thought she was getting a foul. She's going to keep the ball. Rosie Slater lining one up, perhaps. She'll take it. It's a low-driven one, and it's blocked.
Inverted fullback there, right in the middle of the park.
Actually right-footed. Surprised when she put it onto her left. And look at that from Olivia King. Oh, she's still down, referee. I thought that was a bit of a naughty one.
He said that she got the whole of the ball, but I don't know if that matters if you cut through.
She got any of the ball. I think she got. It's questionable, but so on we go. Jennifer Curry now in possession.
She's back on her feet now.
Back on her feet. Running it off. Good to see. Another entry. That's great play there by Thistle. Tiny Birchall's holding her run. She bullet opts to go for Robinson, and oh, I thought there was a bit of a touch there by Martindale. Oh, but there is some sort of knock to Robinson.
A little bit of a sandwich there. It was not a bad ball. It was a little bit heavy, but the idea was there. One player coming back, pulling a defender, and 2 players going forward. So causing a bit of confusion for Dundee United. Ultimately didn't lead to a goal, but shows that the ball's there.
Maybe a wee bit of a hit on from Martindale towards the goal, but back on the way here. Heavy touch there by Moodine. It is punished by Olivia King. Burns does well to recover, and now a ball towards McDonald and Goa. Throwing her body around, and Kate Frew trying to take over. Still with in the middle of the park, smacked all the way back to Jenny Curry. Opts to put that in the air now with Debbie Faulkner. Does well with it. Olivia King, plenty of space in the middle. Still with Olivia King. Looking to find Rosie Slater. Rosie Slater does well. No, that's a flying one in there from Mooney. Still with Rosie Slater. Looking to put that across the goal. Oh, no, I think that was Kane that just took it away from incoming Robinson. But now Burchell looks to cross that. Now Richardson perhaps looking for the cross herself. And Robertson does well to dispossess and perhaps a counter-attack. Great defending by Debbie Faulkner.
Read that so well.
Let that go out, but
you can see she chose not to follow. She chose not to follow and go back. She just knew where that ball was going. She looked at it dead on. It landed at her feet. Couldn't control it when it did, and it went straight out. But quite a bit of experience and good reading of the game there.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the challenge from Mooney. Is that perhaps just a bit rash from the youngster? Only 15, try to slide in, try to win that ball back.
Slater absolutely brushed her off there. But they're not afraid to physically impose themselves here, United, and I think that's it's usually Thistle who are the more physical of the two sides, and they're getting it back.
See some signs of frustration from some of these Dundee United players.
Yeah, they've not had it. Ooh.
Oh, that's poor. That's a let-off, I'll say. Uh-oh. Don't know what's happened to Jenny Curry, but I think she's
her boot's come off.
Just lost the boot. That was sloppy and shows the mistakes that we cannot be doing. I think if it was anyone else, with all due respect to Mooney, if that wasn't a 15-year-old, that's goal.
I think Mooney was offside. Fortunately, even so, probably should have done better. Played it from the ground essentially, but the word there is lucky. This was very lucky not to be a goal down.
I think the turn, trying to hit that on the turn, the swivel wasn't what she wanted. I think she would have obviously rather a much cleaner streak, but nonetheless, here we go.
Just need to see the kind of signs of an attacking plan here. It's all a little bit off the cuff, and I'd like to see it a little bit.
That's a great bit of control there by Kane. Finds Robinson, takes the shot. Ooh, very nearly. Great idea. That's what you asked for, and you got it.
Ask it, and you shall deliver. That was a lot better. I like that combination, Kane and Robinson. Kane just lays the ball off. She knows where Robinson is going to be every time. That chemistry is definitely growing there. A very good partnership, and Robinson unlucky. Maybe sometimes it takes a shot or two to find your bearings on goal. Just get a feel for it, and like Birchall, I'm sure she'll try again.
It's Hannah's birthday today, so try to get one on her special day.
Yeah, happy birthday. Not that she can hear this, but
she'll hear it eventually. Maybe. Probably not.
It's been some. I was saying to Danica earlier, it's been some week for birthdays. It's been just about everyone.
I think there's been at least 3. I think Olivia King. I think Olivia King, Shona Cowan and Hannah Robinson all this week.
And Danica as well.
And Danica as well, aye. It's, aye, sure it was a good month.
What a beautiful time of the year.
Springtime. Finds Faulkner. Looks for Robinson. That's a great control. Trying to slide Birchall in behind, unable to quite find her. Now Moody. Getting into confused a lot today, I think. Bruce finds Robertson, looking for McDonald and Goa. Too heavy for the striker. chorus of boos. Wait there once more.
Everyone loves a bit of panto. But no, that was actually a good play from Dundee United. Good counter. Just like you said, the pass was a little bit heavier than it needed to be.
Don't want to know what was said by the young team, but it's been met with hilarity. I know exactly what's said by them, and I don't want to repeat it.
No.
Taken towards Georgia Grange, two-handed there by Moody. Moody's got to be careful. I think that's about 3 or 4 now.
None of the tackles have been. But
I think one was a wee bit naughty, the one over on the far side. But yeah, I don't think many have been. But if she's going to keep that up, she'll get a booking.
you don't want to be drawn into that kind of tit for tat, pushing each other, fouling each other, because if you're the better team, that's exactly what your opposition want. They want to pull you into that physical battle when actually you can just play around and play through them instead if you keep your head.
Absolutely. It's a ball sent up towards Georgia Gray. Gets a flick on. It's very clever. Now Ellie Kane looking to find Tyree Birchall. That's very heavy. That's unfortunate.
I think that was the wrong run from Birchall. Ran straight ahead of her when she could have gone. A diagonal ball would have been much easier. You don't want to run into the space where the player with the ball can dribble into.
10 minutes left here of this first half. Still 0-0. Chances have gone both ways, but not really clear cut for Dundee United.
No, they've defended not brilliantly, because there have been a few moments of scare, but they've definitely imposed themselves physically, and I think I wouldn't put it past them to score a goal against the grain.
Someone looking to take this through it. And that's great by Birchall. Try to keep that. I think he just strayed out. It's interesting having your tallest player take the throw.
Yeah. Should get the ball back now.
Should get a delivery of some sort.
Needed more height, but good pace on it. I think sometimes crosses can be. Yeah. And then we've got another corner. I don't think they've made very much of that, especially because Jenny Curry's been so good there, but good coming up for like, yeah.
Well, I think there is one obvious target, and it is Freya Bryan. But now it's just basically pale on the 6-yard box. I think they've seen she came out for that last one, don't want to let her come out again. I think it's Tinley that's taking it this time. Probably an option that could attack the ball in the box. And a floated one, it's towards the back stick. Kane try to dribble away with it. She'll get her fill. It's a very OCD thing, but the way that Donald de Goa's name is put on her shirt is really kind of throwing me off.
I've not noticed that. Oh, I see, yeah.
It's almost too far to the left.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's going to frustrate me.
If I need to be frustrated, you need to be frustrated.
Yeah.
Here's. Oh, right, okay, Georgia, that was a bit, bit naughty, but yeah, she'll get a booking. Yeah,
I'm not going to argue with that.
I think the less said about that one, the better. Bloody hell.
I think this is the kind of the side of Georgia Gray that I thought had been ironed out. I remember still a young player, still a lot to learn, but in recent weeks, just rash challenges aren't necessary. There was nothing really going on in the middle of the park, and now, you know, she's going to get a talking to. Well, like, nothing too stern, but just you have to keep a cool head.
What's wisdom?
Yeah, going down to 10 at this point, there's absolutely no need for it.
Moody's back on her feet. Wonder if that's maybe a bit of a receipt for the one that was done earlier down the right hand side, but I don't think it was very necessary.
No.
Yeah, I think that one she could have probably outstretched her foot and got the ball, but
usually the first one is free, but we're well into the game now.
yeah, 38 minutes played. it's not really one you want to give away. It's a good ball towards the box. That's going to land to Freya Bryan, who's going to control it well, gets a good shot off, and saved by Jenny Curry. And Jenny Curry's not very happy with her defence after that.
No, because that ball was, it was not close enough to her that she could come out. But her defenders need to deal with it better, and they've just put it in Bryan's feet.
We're going to see a lot of... Oh, there's the floodlights. Ball up towards Kane. Defended well by Markdale. That's Kane again, looking for a cheeky back heel. It's a bit hasty here. That's good play there by Georgia. Now Gray looking to dribble a little bit and release. I think she was looking to get either a Birchall or a Slater. Neither's the result. McCulloch now just calm things down.
Yeah, and so is Gray. She's just collecting the ball, moving it around, not letting it float in the air, which is...
That's a good bit of play there by Bullock.
Good ball.
Looking out for Anna Robinson. Still with Robbo. Cuts in. Still with Robbo.
So he needs to go wide
Drops
left.
it back to Slater. Not many options here for Rosie Slater. She tied the long shot. It's actually ended up with Tyree Birchall. I don't think she won't see that one back, but...
Just caught it awkwardly on her left foot and went right across the facing goal and then some. But I wasn't sure if she was onside, but turns out she wasn't.
I think she was just trying to dodge the ball, and I think she somehow managed to just stay a fraction onside with that one.
Might come to regret that.
Georgia Gray trying moving forward. Kept in by Rosie Slater. Not many options, so does very smart there and moves it towards Ellie Kane, and bit of a twist in the ankle, I think, but maybe just a wee seen to by the club physio.
That doesn't look great. I have to say, in the meantime, Rosie Slater has been very good today.
She's cool, calm, collected today, Rosie Slater, yeah. Here's an opportunity though, and it's in an area where we could shoot.
Yeah, Bullock will fancy this.
Bullock will fancy it. Georgia Gray, perhaps as well. It's an area for her to get her. No, she likes that sort of knuckleball free kick. Definitely an angle where it's favoured. It's just kind of off centre towards the goal, not too far out, only about 30 yards.
Yeah. I can see them. I mean, there's a temptation, but this might be the right time to... Gray is going closer to the edge of the box. It might be the moment to dip it in. Because the one thing, Dundee United are not great at dealing when the ball is kind of chaotic. And that's that kind of chance where I see Ellie Kane or Tyree Birchall jumping in. Or not Kane, she might need a minute.
It would have been one for Kane.
Yeah, had she not been...
just take a wee moment. Had a wee bit of free spray, I think, applied to her foot. She's going to just be seen to the side for a wee moment or two more. Bullock's definitely looking at options for a cross here. Not long left off this first half, remains 0-0. Here's a real opportunity.
Difficult to assess in a way how it's gone so far. They've been better, but you still expect a little bit more, but there's still plenty of time in this game.
No, it's not really. She won't shoot from this, but it's quite a small wall they've opted for.
Yeah, there's a very small players. But I think they know they're not.
That was a good delivery towards David Faulkner, and it meets the head of Caleb McDonald and Guan. It's going to be a corner. Cheryl McCulloch was fancy a quick one, but better just to regroup, but it allows Ellie Kane to even get back in the pitch. Who's going to be the target this time?
Well,
Quite tight marking here, half Dundee United.
yeah. You see Gray and McCulloch kind of together. It could be either of them.
It's a bit of a low cross. Gray tries to flick on, maybe a kick. Just to drop that back, and Rosie Slater tries a long shot. She's got visions of Hibernian in the Cup semi last year.
I think she's running a little bit cold with the shot accuracy, so might have to take a break for a minute, but I appreciate the intention.
She's favouring them on the left foot. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake there by Brian. Looks for Ellie Kane. She'll look for the shot, and it's a low one. Oh, it's a very good save in the end by Rennie. That was low driven.
Not a bad effort.
Well, she's injured herself in the save, I think. I think she's just caught her ankle as she's gone down. Set with these two playing each other, some sort of injury.
I mean, I'm not surprised given the clashes we've had. I'm surprised it was the keeper first, but it's been coming.
Yeah, I definitely thought. So for a lot of positives in this first half, but just, it's the story of the season, just can't think back in it.
Yeah, the chances have not been clear-cut. I mean, Birchall had one that I thought was maybe one that she should have put in the back of the net, but for the most part, they've been, I think this will have been a little bit contained.
Just a little bit of looking at the other scores in the league right now. Remains 1-0 Aberdeen against Spartans. That's just approaching half-time as well. And Montrose are 1-0 against Queen's Park. It looks like Hannah Daniels got, or sorry, Holly Daniel has got herself one in that game. She's been impressive, can you say, this season?
Great. What about top six?
Top six.
How's that going?
Those Celtic and Hearts still 0-0. Glasgow City winning 1-0 away to Rangers. Brenna Lovera with a penalty kick. 2-0 to Hibernian against Motherwell. Kathleen McGovern and Justin Riley with those two.
Interesting.
And it's the top half look very tasty actually, because that puts Hibs 3 points clear of Glasgow City as things stand.
Yeah. God, it's been such a year. I'm very happy with the way, not the way that this will have ended up in the bottom six, but for the benefit of the league, it's been exciting in terms of narratives.
Played Hibs twice in the league in both games. Very good contest. Hibs very, I would still say fortunate to come away with them winning the first game of the season, and then we managed to draw one each. That's a great head on there by Ellie Kane, and Tyree Birchall can't quite get an angle for a shot, drops it back to Kane, looks for Robinson, good defended by Frew for the time being, and forces Martindale to kind of do an outstretched clearance. It's not one she would have wanted, and she's forced right to his corner. Drop back. Richardson finds Kane, actually hits that off of Birchall, and see Tyree's not happy with herself getting in the way of that.
No, they both wanted to be on the end of it, and Kane got there first, fired it to Birchall, but at least they've still got possession now.
Georgia Gray now. Good pass. Birchall. There's a strike. Ooh, that was very close. I think Ellie Kane again. They're trying these long shots.
I think this season's been crying out for them. I mean, they're not obviously on target that one, but they've needed to. Why not? Like, this is the time to do it.
Well, we're past our normal play time. I think the referee might give another couple of minutes just due to the couple of injuries that were suffered. Obviously, physios had to come on a few times.
We've had a few stoppages.
There's Rosie Slater, collects well. Jennifer Curry. Blast that towards Ellie Kane, and oh, that's very nice there by Kane used. Martindale lines herself up. Oh. I think that's a save by Rennie. I don't know how the hell she got a fingertip to that.
God, I didn't even notice. Marginal. But excellent work. I think Kane may be too eager to get a goal here. There were options, and I think maybe they should have laid off that pass that time.
Possibly should have laid off Tyree Birchall, but listen, getting in the right areas, she did well to sort of manoeuvre Martindale into an area where she would make a mistake. It's good delivery here by Bullock, and forces a tip over. It's another corner kick. Put right in the head of the keeper, that one.
I know, I thought that almost hit the crossbar, but I think it came off. I think the keeper saved it.
Yeah, so
she's really trying to play it just on top of it, like you said.
So maybe Bullock looking to take this one. She's got, again, plenty of options in that box. Looking to deliver. Here goes. Again, ready to take head of the keeper. And there was a foul in there. Don't know where. I think the referee's just going to call time on that. No, that's half time, 0-0 here. Thoughts?
I think they've looked better. With each passing minute, they've looked more likely to score. The long shots are a good idea. I think they just need to take a second, just because we know they can score them. Just a bit more composure would be good, but I don't think this is a bad performance by any means. I expect them to win this in the second half. I'd be surprised if they didn't.
That's a lot of positive performances so far in that pitch. I think Olivia King, probably Rosie Slater, my standout so far.
Yeah, Rosie Slater as well for me, I agree. Cutting in, just making herself a presence all over the pitch and winning those duels one-on-one, keeping the counter-attacks quiet.
Yeah, half-time here at Petershill. Currently 0-0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of this fixture between Partick Thistle and Dundee United. Looks to be no changes to either side going into this second half. I think now it's just a case of scoring, honestly.
No, if I had the numbers for the XG in front of me, I think it would start ballooning. Yeah. I don't think they're far off, but just need that composure.
15 shots the first half for Thistle, 8 target. See the fire in some of the girls' eyes. No, they don't want to get this. I think you start the commentary today with, we need an emphatic win.
Take the win now.
Can still be emphatic.
Yeah, I think they're holding out, but once, what I've noticed watching Dundee United is as soon as the first goal goes in, then it's a bit of a case of floodgates. But you just got to get the first.
Ball launched forward towards Thistle, and it's Markdale cuts it out. Kelly Kane now back to Richardson. Good footwork there by the Loney. Finds Robinson trying to lay off Kane. It's just a wee bit too heavy for him. Bit of a heavy throw in there. And Georgia Craig controls well. Finds Richardson again. Another throw at Thistle. Right in the corner, this one.
Yeah, just boxed in. He needs to find a way out because I think it's just going to be more throw-ins if they keep it.
Richardson take again, finds King. Still whistle there, King. Just getting boxed in, like you said. Does well, gets a corner.
Yep, not bad work. It was not much room to work with there.
Oh, definitely not. Plenty of bodies up.
Everyone, Dundee United have got everyone in.
Send Richardson into the box and just keep Rosie Slater on the edge of the box. If they're going to put everyone in the box,
got everyone pretty much on the line.
Yeah.
They know what. I mean, they've seen the balls Bullock's been sending in.
And it's laid out towards Rosie Slater, and that's a great hit. Oh, that was nicking in the top corner. Still there. It came all the way out to Richardson. Back to Slater, looks to send that in towards Birchall. Just can't get her way around Timlin, but I think that was going in.
Yeah, I think you predicted at half-time it was, if anyone was going to score, it would be Rosie Slater with an absolute rocket, but...
Here's Freya Bryan with a good run. Still with Bryan. Still with her. That's made his way through at McDonald Dungua and holds up. Still there. Bryan gets a shot off, and oh, that's a great save by Jenny Curry.
Bryan had the beating of everyone there. She did incredibly well, not once but twice.
It's could have been a bit better defended, but...
Yeah, some players turned far too easily there.
But it's great running by the 17-year-old. And end-to-end in this first half, you can't deny that.
No, we're definitely not short of entertainment. I know the score is 0-0, but I think people are enjoying themselves. I am.
I will be if we had another goal.
Yes,
I say another goal. I would be if we had a goal. That's great play there by Ellie Kane. Finds Slater. That's brilliant. Held up well there by Robinson for Slater. He's forced a slide tackle there from Katie Frew. Throw and taken and dropped and gets the foul. And it's a couple of times that Frew's done that. I think she might get her yellow now.
Yeah, there it is. And Slater has taken some heavy hits, but what a game she is having there. Playing with both feet, cutting inside, going for crosses, shots.
Right for that.
Yeah. Yes. And she's lining up to do more of the same as the ball comes to the edge of the box. I think just try and curl it in again.
I think it's been spotted this time by Robinson. And I think that was the danger of having everyone back and just overloading the 6-yard box.
Also, it just means you have no exit. See, if you do get the ball and you head it away, you head it back to another Thistle player, not to one of your own. So, I mean, maybe something they'll change for the next one, but not the smartest move.
Here is a free kick opportunity and something for Bullock to deliver. She's got options. Front post, and oh, nearly met the head of Ellie Kane. I think actually Kane did get a nick on it and was just well defended in the end. taken quickly. Robinson now trying to break her way through. Good defence in the end, and it's gone out for a Dundee United throw-in. Chance to regroup.
Definitely. I think United are starting to get a little bit rattled. It's been one shot after the other. Almost a goal there from Kane.
Here's King. Still with King. Does well to keep possession. Drops it. Hannah Robinson now finds Tyree Birchall. Drop back to Slichter. Is she going it? No. Bullock. Out towards Olivia King again. And heavy touch, but one that's very, very useful. A good defending there by Katie Frew. Equally good by Hannah Robinson. This has got wild. Oh, that's silky. King back to Gray. Georgia Gray not really got many options and still keeping the ball. I think that's her just using size. I think that poor Mooney's. I don't know, was it Mooney or was it Bruce perhaps? But whoever it is a lot smaller. I think it was just Georgia just can't keep the ball. But what on earth happened there?
They'll take it. I mean, Dundee United got under the cosh. That just needed a final ball to loft into the box. It just didn't happen, but
Nutmeg by Robinson.
That was fantastic. It's like watching your favourite player in the playground.
It's a lot of power from that by Mark Dale. It's bobbled, and yeah, that's a handball by Sharon McCulloch.
Yes, I'm not going to be arguing with that one. It was hands above her head. Pretty easy for the referee, who was standing about a metre away.
Robertson, I think she was perhaps looking to take it quick, and she will take it relatively quick. Finds Timlin, and it's a good ball towards the box, and Mooney made her way in. Here we go, looking towards Kane, sorry. Robinson can't quite get the pass off she wanted, still chasing down. Still giving chase here as Thistle. Through trying to control things. Again, one of the more experienced players on Dundee United side. Ball out towards Brian, that's another good ball. Just maybe a wee bit towards the right than she wanted. Everything's going through her.
They are fizzing the ball, I'll say that. They're finding players in space. Maybe the final product is not as good as it, or as polished as they'd like it to be, but they're finding space here.
It's a good ball there towards Ellie Kane, and great turn. Well, she looked for the striker, she's looking to... I think she was looking to release Birchall. It was a bit of a poor pass, and she got the volley off in the end. Not a great one, but... good play. Richardson does very well to find that back, and looking now to Hannah Robinson. Good control. Good defence by Moody. Equally good by Bullock again. And this has turned into a right feisty wee game right now.
It is back and forth. I think just one team want it to be Thistle, but they need to put their foot down here. Just go back to where they were when they had United pinned in that final third.
Starting with here, and yeah, a bit of frustration there from Tyree Birchall. But I think it can't really do much against the opponent that is twice your size.
Just maybe had to let him play it backwards, but you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's one of the needs to be one of the smaller players in the pitch, and I know it feels. A good ball there by Timlin. A poor pass there by McCulloch, but still not really pressed. Just keep possession now of the defence, and now there's the chance to release, and that's a great ball towards Tyree Birchall, who's breaking in, sees the shot, takes it. Oh, that's another great save.
I think that ball needed a late runner into the box. I know everyone ran forward towards the post. It just needed someone, even if she didn't take it, just the option to cut it back would have been good, because Tyree Birchall can lift her head up and see those options. Either way, great shot, even better save.
I don't think that, I think Kane was looking for the run, but maybe just went a fraction of a second too early, and Tyree Birchall did very well to set up the ankle. I see it every time we play them. Rennie's the reason why we are not like 4 or 5 not already ahead.
Did one not to palm it as well into an attacking place for you?
Definitely. Here's a chance. Corner kick. That's a good delivery. It's landed for her on the edge. Rosie Slater. It's kind of bobbling about. Oh, that's dangerous. Controlled well there by Birchall. And
there we go.
It went in. Is that Ellie Kane? I can't see.
That is Ellie Kane.
It is Ellie Kane.
And you can tell because we are so far away, and you could just feel the relief at getting that goal. I think the whole stadium felt that.
Not the prettiest, but you know, I've mentioned all game how Ellie Kane and Tiny Birchall have linked up very well. There's their final product. It's not the prettiest, it's a goal though. It's
not the prettiest, it's absolutely deserved. They have been putting in some shift, and she's been in all the right places.
First goal for the club for the striker. And I think, like you say, sigh of relief. Well, WrestleMania was last week, but we're still in the spirit. Here's McDonald and Guat up against Richardson, and Wales International showing her strength up against the forward. Oh, here we go. Markdale does very well to find McDonald and Guat.
Now this is the moment in the game when the adrenaline's high, and what you want to do is just play the ball around a bit at the back and not let them go back into this. Just give it a second, because they'll put too many players forward and try and get back into this.
I think, like you say, yeah, Hannah Robinson could easily take that fast and opted to leave it for Richardson. Done well. Look at it, just build it up. Olivia King does well to keep that there. Still with King. Drop back, Robinson. Gray now with Richardson. Got plenty of space. That's great play. Richardson finds King. Bit of a difficult cross to put in, but nearly found the run. Gray back to Richardson now. King again. Link up between these two has been really well. It's another passing. I think
it was offside there.
Yeah,
left it.
Yeah, I think Bullock perhaps
realised that too late.
Yeah.
Although Gray maybe needed to make the effort, but the subs are going to come on and just try and consolidate this lead here.
There's a sub. Who?
Is that Rachel Donaldson?
Rachel Donaldson for Georgia Gray. I think that's a safe sub. Georgia Gray's played very well tonight, but just did get that yellow early on. Smart.
I would have to agree. Just had a good game. She's been good controlling the ball. Just, you don't want to risk the 10. This is such an important 3 points to get. And this is not the Dundee United at all. We talked about they've had 4 games in a row losing by just 1 goal. It's not the team anymore that getting 6 put on them by Spartans or 8 by Celtic. I mean, those are the kind of lower end some of those scores, but not to be trifled with.
Yeah, as things stand, the goal difference isn't going to look pretty, but I see them not trying, especially in recent weeks. I think we mentioned this sort of mixture of youth with experience. Must be working in some shape or form.
If they can keep that... Oh,
that's a great ball in behind for Rachel Donaldson. She's onside, flag hasn't gone up. Rachel Oh, Rachel. Oh, I think she'll be unfortunate not to miss that, but that was a fantastic ball in behind.
Sometimes a player, I mean, I don't know what Donaldson was thinking there. You think you might be offside. Sometimes you're a little bit lax.
I'm going to go with the theory of Rachel Donaldson cannot score a tap and she can only score a screamer.
Yeah, I think you might be right, but that definitely should have been 2-0. That was a poor finish, but we'll give her the benefit of the doubt there.
Sign of things to come again. We're definitely getting the confidence. Tiny Birchall now drops it back. Rosie Slater, McCulloch.
A bit more desperation from United as well, the way they're lunging into challenges.
Yeah, look at this. They're very heavy on it. Now Rosie Slater looking to move forward. Ellie Kane. Olivia King. It's a bit slow now, but Richardson does very well to win that throw in there. Seen that Frew was lunging in. She actually probably worked for that to get a second yellow for Katie Frew. But good throw by Richardson. Donaldson. It's interesting. Donaldson's playing in 10. I thought they would revert to Tiny Birchall going in there. still with Thistle here. And there's a corner. Thistle fans aren't happy. I thought it was maybe a foul, but
I think just side on they clashed together. I don't think it was a foul. I think she came off second best in a duel.
corner kick regardless. So
Either way, yeah, they come away with something.
it's a set piece that we've been dangerous. We've been working around that box, and look now how they're defending.
They've got everyone in there, and this is what we were talking about. It's desperation. That will land it. If they had that away, that's landing at Rosie Slater's feet. She's dying to get a long-range goal in.
That's a good cross, good flick on there by Olivia King. Dropped back out to Bullock and can't quite get a delivery. Well won back by Ellie Kane, and Kane comes out top, and that's a good deep one towards McCulloch. Just a tad too heavy, but very well done to win that back.
Definitely to put a foot down, get past two players, and then put the cross. Cross was slightly poorly executed, but you know, a little bit to the left kind of thing. And yeah, tough angle. Could have been another goal, but they're playing very well now. Turning the heat on here.
See the frustration from United.
I think this as well have arguably the strongest bench in this bottom six, and United, one of the reasons they've struggled late in games is because they have that weakness of depth. They just don't have that many players, so this is, a lot of the good players are going to start to tire out there.
Did suffer with a mass exodus in the January transfer window. They did recruit well, but you know, some of the names that left are big names. Summer Christie, Maddie Cusack? No, not Maddie Cusack.
So was it Cowan as well? Went to Aberdeen?
Yeah, Bellamy Cowan. Who was it? Cusack? Is it Cusack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's drop back. Oh, that's nearly going in. Well, that's a chance there for United. That was, I think it was Marnie with that one.
Given that they've taken the lead and they've been so dominant, to draw this would be, I'd say, a poor result. It's not. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they need to push for that second. They cannot be complacent with a one-goal lead here.
That's a great bit of play there, and there goes Rachel Donaldson using her pace up against Bruce. It's got away from her. Now Markdale does well to cover over. Rachel Donaldson still in possession, still with her. Tries to get that cross. That's a great one, and it's dropped back. Tyree Birchall try to get the shot. That's a great bit. I thought that was defended. I thought that was a block.
I think she's just kind of falling backwards as she hit it, locked it right over the bar. Not looking like her evening in terms of getting a goal, but
not sure if it maybe bobbled.
In the right position. And again, we were talking about not being complacent. They are pushing for a second goal, and they've got more subs that they can bring on. I think this is kind of the time to bring on the pace of maybe someone like May English, just give her a run out.
Yeah, definitely. We do have options on that bench. There was a substitution there for Dundee United. Marnie's evening is over. She's, like I said, played very well, I thought. Here's a chance on. Through. Just over the bar. That was a real opportunity. That kind of came from nowhere.
Through the second furthest place forward, puts in a nutmeg. That ball almost dips in past Jenny Curry.
The substitute that came on for Marnie was Anna Dickoff.
I think that's Bullock's taken a little bit of a knock there.
She did try and lunge in to stop it. And I think she just kind of caught herself, but back underway here. Jenny Curry to send that towards Robinson. She's got time. She looks to control that. Not the best control. Bruce. Robertson. There's Bullock. Just using her strength to try and hold her off. Unable to do so. Timlin now out wide. Brian. That's it. Just clever bit of footwork to take it. Looking for Dickoff, just not quite the pass that she would have wanted. Faulkner up to Kane. That's very well done there by Moody to dispossess. Looking for a ball in behind.
Thistle giving the ball away far too easily here. They just need to settle.
Burns does well to stop Ellie Kane counter.
Katie Frew is getting herself far up that pitch there, and I think that's that kind of experience and her leadership role and her talent. I think she's going to try and take the game into her own hands. She's not going to settle for a 1-0 defeat here.
Martindale does very well to hold off Ellie Kane. Yeah, it looks like they've almost went for, I think Moody was originally starting sort of left wing back, and now Frew's kind of opted to sort of take that for her own and allow Moody to sort of drop in more centrally.
And it's worked so far. It's working for them.
Last time it was a 3-4-3 that they opted for. Now it's more of a 3-5-2, and I don't know if it's because they thought we conceded 4 goals last time, but I think they kind of played a bit better football with the 3-4-3. Kind of give more of an attacking threat, but because this one's kind of forcing Freya Bryant a lot deeper than what she did play against Thistle the last time out.
Well, she's got plenty of space there, and she'll use that to drive as soon as she gets that ball. But see, she is sitting quite far. Well, there's going to go.
Oh, there it is to her. Tyree Birchall trying to put chase. Well controlled here by the Dundee United number 20. That didn't pay off for her. Okay, she didn't really have many options. Now King does well. Richardson got plenty of space and looks to send that towards the box. That's a great ball. Rennie came very far out for that.
That was an excellent cross there.
She did win the ball, but she had to win that ball, or else that's an open goal. That's a tap-in. It's a good ball over the box. Kayla McDonald and Gua. Great defending there by our captain, Demi Faulkner, to deny the forward, and Katie Frew. Audacious effort.
Maybe not the right option to take there, but
that may be just a shot of frustration, to be honest.
They're getting close though.
Donaldson does well to turn.
Looking definitely.
Good tactical foul there by Robertson. I think that's a lot. It's a lot of frustration throughout, not just this game, but the last game as well against Thistle. She's a very passionate player, is Robertson. I've noticed that. I think that might be another Hearts loanee actually. Ashley Robertson. Let me have a check. Pretty sure. No, maybe not. I can't seem to get a history.
Got a loaner mole.
I could put Watson back in the head. Robertson does well now. Bullock all the way back to Curry, but a lot of time. Lack of pressure now. Dickoff trying to put a wee bit of threat under Rosie Slater.
A lot of Thistle players forward there, waiting for that long ball. They left a lot of United players unmarked.
Slater only got to do much. That's a good touch again there by Kayla McDonald and Gua, and she's trying to break in there, trying to set up her patented right foot. Robertson does get the shot off. It's just a touch wide, but Dundee United are starting to create chances to try and catch Thistle on that break.
And they will if Thistle keep pushing. They have everyone near the halfway line. They've got too many players forward, and that's fine, but when they're losing the ball, United have so many options. Look, Frew is in a lot of space there. Well, now Rachel Donaldson's starting to pick her up, but
it's a bit of a poor pass there.
Yeah, and now
Frew finds Brian and looking perhaps to set up an opportunity for herself. Donaldson as well win that throw in, and still a little bit unexpected to see Donaldson in that number 10 role. That's a great bit of hold up play. That's a great ball in behind. Now Olivia King. Tyree Birchall's angled her run. King looks to send it across goal. It's good defended by Martindale. It's landed with Rachel Donaldson. Now this is the angle that she prefers. Right at Rennie. But she's got that one on target.
yeah.
Slater sees an early cross perhaps. Finds Robertson, and there's a great, she put a lot of pressure on Rennie for that. A lot of power.
I think more of that. The fans will take everyone. I held their breath for a second. That was, I know it didn't go on target necessarily, but she was in space, and she'll do that again if she gets the opportunity.
Bruce just on the ground for a wee moment. I think she may be winded.
Just taking the time to get back onto her feet there.
Back underway with Rennie. Out with Brian. Looking to use her pace and skill, and she does well. Send that forward towards Dickoff, and Dickoff doesn't quite have the pace. Rosie Slater, Denna Bookin.
I think might have caught Brian there. The ball had gone too far forward. I didn't really catch that, but
I didn't catch it either. I thought that Rosie Slater would have taken her down, to be honest, knowing Rosie Slater, but
yeah, Brian had her beaten there.
she had a good few yards
Yeah.
on her. This is, if I'm Dundee United, I'm putting Freya Bryan up front. I think she's kind of wasted out wide right now. She needs to be tightly marked for this as well.
She's definitely not going to end up there, I'll tell you that, when this move ends.
Timlin looks to take. Maybe she will. Here is Freya Bryan. It's a bit of a heavy touch.
It's the wrong option. She's the tallest player, but you're asking her to cross that ball in. I get that she's good at holding the ball up, but
When did Roy Hodgson get a job at Dundee United? Putting your tallest player at the set piece.
yeah. I mean, maybe they just trust her to keep that ball, and she's got a good turn of pace.
Richardson sees
Oh,
a
damn.
great long ball there, and Ellie came with a good touch, and Heidi Birchall's angled her run again. Drops it. Hannah Robinson, bit too heavy that one. Just can't quite catch it. See a couple of Thistle bodies warming up. Perhaps Brian Graham looking to utilise his options on the bench.
That was excellent from Ellie Kane. Just ran down and just lifted her head, saw Robinson there. Just a shame it didn't, you know.
It's the right option.
Yeah, the shot was poor, admittedly, but that was a great run and very unselfish from Kane there. Who's now essentially been exercised from having to wait for her first goal for the club.
Yeah.
Just a massive weight
needed
lift
that.
off your shoulders. Yeah, definitely. It's been a long time. And also to be out in it with injury and watch when things weren't necessarily going well and thinking I could be on the pitch, and then as soon as she came back, she's had to fight a long way to get back into playing.
A couple of bodies getting ready. It looks like it's going to be Shona Cowan and Emma Craig. So if I had to guess, I'd think maybe Amy Bullock and Rosie Slater.
Yeah, just on a booking.
Oh, that was a long effort from, I think it was Kayla McDonald and Goa. She is known for hitting shots from well distances.
They're not short of confidence. Say that.
I wouldn't even say that's a hit and hope. I think she was thinking, I can score from here. I've seen her score from there for Motherwell in the past, so it's not out of the realms of her box set. Very powerful player. She's going to win this header actually. Through, looks to head it on towards Dickoff. Dickoff does well to control, does very well to control actually. Still with Anna Dickoff. Looking for Robertson, and very quick off the line. I think it was going to be dealt with by the defence anyway, but it's a bit out of nowhere.
Dickoff has quite a low centre of gravity there and very strong, was able to push off the defender with relative ease.
Control there by Richardson. Bullock looks to move it fast, and choice of a handball against Bruce. It was a handball, but it would have been advantage either way. And here comes the subs.
Yeah, it's a double. That's Slater walking off.
Yeah, Rosie Slater's evening is over, and it looks like Hannah Robinson. So I'm now interested to see what he does. I'm going to guess that Olivia King's going to push forward and put Donaldson out wide.
Yeah.
I would guess. Because Emma Craig's came on, and so has Shona Cowan.
Yeah, Craig usually sits a little bit deeper. I think King can link up the play further up. I think she'll just sit in front of Bullock.
Very good evening for both of them.
Number 20, Shona.
Both played very well.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've seen
That's a poor touch there by Tyree Birchall. She's frustrated with that one.
not seen all that much of her in the second half.
That'll frustrate her because she's probably the most informed Thistle player at the moment.
Yeah.
It's Olivia King. Finds Emma Craig. Still with Craig. Out wide, Ellie Kane, former teammates at Queen's Park, and that's a ball in towards Birchall. Yeah, that's a good control, that's unlucky. Just kind of dropped away from her. And here's a chance to counter Dickov. First time pass towards McDonald and Goua. She has to hold that up. Out wide towards Bryan. Here goes Freya Bryan.
I'm surprised that Bryan, even though she was sitting deep, wasn't marked, because that seems to be their kind of way of progressing up the pitch. Is just she's standing on the far right, on the far edge of the pitch, and then she'll just drive it up.
Well, you've seen Sharon McCulloch actually came a long way out to put her off pressure there. Still options for Thistle on the bench if they really look to utilise them. Cody Hay, Carla Boyce and May English. I'm thinking Bryan might be having an eye towards Sunday, trip away to Aberdeen.
Yeah, it's a long day.
Oh, that's very nicely done there by Tyree Birchall. Just a clever dummy and leaving that for Ellie Kane. It's a throw in for Thistle. I don't think that Timlin knows that.
No, maybe she thinks it's a goal kick. She's walking it all the way back.
We should walk back. Surprised the referee's not wanting to be worked with her. Kane. Back to Kevin. King. Clever turn. Still with her. Lining one up. Oh, what a save by Rennie. That was going in top bins.
It just hung in the air for a little bit. Excellent save though. Rennie is.
I will never stop praising that young goalkeeper. What a talent that Hearts have on their hands.
She's getting a fair share of experience. Like every kind of shot going her way.
It's not a lot more you could have asked from Olivia King from that either.
No, no. It did well to keep the ball. It looked like he was going to slip away from it, but she held firm.
Here is a cross, and that's a good one, and it's cleared only as far as Shona Cowan. Bullock puts it back in towards Kane, and now it's cleared towards Cowan once more. That's a bit of a, I think that might be. I think that could be Freya Bryan down. Maybe not. I'm trying to work out who exactly it is, but someone is down on the ground. We're back up now, as you can see. Not sure who it was, I think it might be Moody.
Yeah, it's just going to be a 50-50. I don't think it's going to be a drop ball. It's all going to be allowed to have possession again.
Drop ball. A good ball there from the drop ball towards Donaldson. Oh, no. King now. Still with Olivia King. Now, that's just a bit of a hit and hope there from Craig.
Yeah.
I don't know about that penalty.
It's a little bit push in the back. The arms didn't come out fully, but
Maybe not.
yeah, I'm not particularly convinced, but not far off.
Seen them given. Yeah, but referee's been quite good with his foul so far today.
Yeah, and he's not really been card happy either. I think we're both.
Why is this being pulled back?
I'll forget what I said.
Wow. I'm a bit confused. I think
pushing the back is what you're saying. Yeah.
But where? It's over there, but right way up. Okay. Sponsored by Specsavers. Maybe we need to check our eyes because I don't know what I was looking for there. But Burns takes and looks for McDonald, and Goua gets the header on to Dickov. Back to Bryan. Good turn from the youngster. Out to Moody. Ties that long shot and high and over the bar. It's not really troubled Curry. Wouldn't say Curry's really had to be troubled in this second half, apart from that very early chance from, I think it was Freya Bryan, in the opening stages of the second half. She's not really been bothered in this second half, which is what you want as a goalkeeper. You want to keep your clean sheets. Still 10 minutes left here, a lot could change, but it's ball there up towards Kane. Emma Craig. Looks to find Tyree Birchall down the right. It's a bit of a heavy touch there by Tyree, but it's went out for a corner kick. Any chance to throw it? No, not corner.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, I'm blank.
She was maybe fancying a quick up. No. So just hand her into the box. Again, plenty of options in there. Opted for Shona Cowan, who's tried to drill that in low towards Emma Craig. Richardson. Out wide towards Bullock. She's had to work hard to get that. Can't really then get a good delivery. Bit scrappy here. See some frustration from both sides about how scrappy it has ended up. Craig tries to switch that to King. Birchall now putting on a lot of chase, and Bullock. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. I don't know why play hasn't been stopped. It's eventually gone out for a Thistle throw-in. The way that she went down. Oh, I think she might have twisted her knee. Really? It's quite poor by the referee.
I didn't look good.
Lovely from laying down. She's now got cramp, but I think she definitely went down and held her knee.
But I don't know if Thistle going to, or either team going to use this opportunity to make a change. I think looks like Dundee United are.
Dundee United definitely are. You see what he's going to warm up. Not entirely sure who. I'm going to guess maybe Maisie Stewart. Probably the most, I think, useful option probably on the bench to try and get one last wee attacking threat. Whether, yeah, Olivia King's, I can see her.
You just got to come up. That looks nice.
Yeah, but it's
that's a shame. That's a
signaling for a substitution. It's Cody Hay, Boyce warming up. And we do have an opportunity to still make two subs. I think it'll probably only be the one. I think it'll be Cody Hay.
Well, we hope she's all right. She's been fantastic today. Has kept the ball really well at her feet and just driven the side forward in the transitions.
Oh, that's both subs. Yeah, I can see Boyce's ready to come on as well. If I had to guess, then it'll be King. Maybe Kane, who's still coming back from an injury. Probably try to keep that sharpness.
And also maybe will play a role on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Then I would see Cody Hay going out on the right. Carla Boyce, see who she comes on for. Could be Tyree Birchall. It's Ellie Kane. Very good performance from the number 16, grabbing her first goal for the club.
Absolutely fantastic. And even when she was trying to score and it wasn't going her way, always, didn't let her head drop, kept going for opportunities, and they came to her, much deserved.
Colour Boyce back from injury as well. She suffered a knock a few weeks ago against Queen's Park. Looks like Boyce will just occupy the same role that was used by Ellie Kane. Very, like I think you mentioned earlier, very different types of players, but both try and use the same sort of game plan of using their frame to their advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, Boyce gave a great chase for this.
A bit of slack from United there. I think they were just jogging back, didn't realise Boyce was
I think they'd seen that Tidy Birchall herself realised she was offside, so I think they assumed it's going to get flagged, but nope. And in the aftermath, I think Kayla McDonald and Gua has gone off.
Yeah.
Trying to work out who's came on. Not sure if it was a double substitution or just the one, but Maya Knight looks like it is. Here is Tidy Birchall. Oh, she's been caught.
I felt like Birchall took that touch to the right, and so the defender never really took the ball there. Just,
I think she
cut her down.
She took the touch, and then she was caught by her. Quite a high challenge, I thought, but
Well, their injury would be great.
no, she's back up.
They'll have some bruises tomorrow, this Thistle team, I'll tell you.
It's not really what you want when you have to go away to Dundee, or to Aberdeen, sorry.
I know. That is
Who are a
long
very
trip.
physical side as well.
And they played, well, we'll be honest, they played very well when they came out last time.
Yeah.
They were the better side.
Thank you. Tonight's match sponsors, Daniels. And they selected number 14, Amy Bullock.
Amy Bullock, man of the match, or player of the match, sorry. That's fair option. I think she definitely has performed well. Probably wouldn't have been my first choice, but I think she's played well enough to get it.
I don't think anyone's played badly. I think it's been a very level,
Even
kind of,
performance,
if
yeah.
there were ratings, it'd be pretty similar across the board. So I don't think that's an unfair choice.
Now, here is the player of the match to take this. Good ball towards Boyce. It's a good layoff there. And Cody Hay looking for it. And Cody Hay still looking for it. Drop back, Tidy Birchall. Off the bar. She must be wondering what she needs to do to get a goal.
And that, God, it absolutely rattled that crossbar there.
Still shaking.
And just in the afters there, Rennie, I noticed, pushed the defender in the back, moved her out of the way so she could claim it. Even though,
Some frustration, I think, from Rennie.
yeah. So especially if you've been beat, there's nothing you could have done about that.
Trying to give the chase. It looks like actually we also missed Freya Bryant went off. No, she's just moved over to the left.
Yeah, I think her and Katie Frew have swapped sides.
Kept in there very well there by
That's awesome.
Sean McCowan. Okay, getting chasing now with Martindale. Good low pass.
Offside, definitely.
Yeah, out to Bryant, offside. See the frustration from her. She's not been her night, and I don't think it's her fault. She's not had the ball as much as she really deserved to have the ball. But whenever she's had it, she's looked dangerous.
This Dundee United side have played pretty well. They've ridden out the kind of waves of attack.
Yeah, you had Tidy Birchall can't buy a goal just now. Just momentarily ago, hitting the bar. You mentioned how Rennie pushed her defender out of the way to claim that. I think that should be some frustration from her, thinking, do I have to come and claim this? Why can't you get claimed?
Definitely. But the mark of an experience, like a keeper sort of experience beyond her years. It's difficult to tell. See McCulloch going down with a bit of the cramp. What is cramp and what is game management these days? But
I'm going to put it down to that's a player who has only recently returned from a lengthy spell in the sidelines with an ACL injury and nothing more.
yeah, yep, you might be right.
Xavier Richardson.
Which
Very
has
solid
been very,
shift from her,
very good tonight.
Colour Boyce now. Looking for Donaldson, and that's a ball back towards Boyce. And Can't get the connection she wants. Still really a chance here for Thistle. It's a throw-in, still in a dangerous area. She'll look to use... I think they'll be happy with a 1-0, but I think they'll be frustrated that it's a 1-0 with the sheer number of chances that have been created.
Yeah, they've been the better side, and they would have loved to have that margin.
Boyce keeps ball in play here. I don't know why she's holding at the corner.
Trying to run down the clock, I think.
It is about the 90th minute, but it's going to be a lot of added time. I'm going to guess probably about 5 minutes. So it'll be hanging off at least another 2 minutes before you start trying to run down the clock. Interesting. Good switch there, Martindale now. Good touch, trying to release. Does release, that's unfortunate by Robertson, just hits off her heel. Here goes Birchall. Tidy Birchall.
Cody Hay absolutely racing down that right hand side with Brian on her back there.
Looks for that cross towards Cody Hay. Good defence. Referee's kind of humming and hawing about whether I give that as a foul.
He definitely thought about it. I personally thought it was a foul, or at least it was advantage, but hey, why not?
Speaking of Hay, good delivery. Here's for Tidy Birchall, will she? It's just not her night.
No, should have taken that first time.
I think she's seen her left foot shot earlier and didn't want to fancy it. Here's Dickov, but and a real opportunity. Good defence.
That midfield is quite open. The ball is going back and forth very quickly. I think this is the time for Craig maybe to just hold on to it and just move it slowly, because the back and forth only suits United at this point.
Throw here, they've sent Burns all the way up, but sent her all the way up, along with Martindale. Brian's sneaking around that back post. I'm the one that's going to be flicking this on. Look at the height of her. It's Martindale that's probably going to flick it on. She does get a good flick on. Robertson trying to battle away. Martindale, good delivery. Not met by anyone. Donaldson. And now Cody Hay just bursting away in. Oh, that's... She got away with one there, did Timlin?
I think so. That could have landed at Hayes' feet just as easily.
Craig. Now try to break away.
There's a foul.
Foul against Craig, apparently. You could see what they were going for there.
I'm surprised by that. Robertson Craig was being fouled. Yeah.
She was being fouled, but then Robertson jumped in front and managed to get the foul for herself, which, see, when you're a player that is a lot smaller than Emma Craig is a very physical unit in that midfield. You're going to have to work for these fouls, and she did. She did very well.
And now this is a good opportunity for United. They are.
Interesting. Looks like Freya Bryan's going to take... She should.
But she can shoot from the halfway, no problem.
She is shooting here. She's going to shoot, yeah. Not far away.
Yeah, I think
was that direct?
I think so. I think she was looking at her teammates as if that ball was coming in as a kind of cross. Yeah, absolutely it wasn't. I think she just didn't hit it in the way that she wanted.
Didn't hit it she wanted, and I think Knight had kind of made a slight angle of her run where it could have looked like it was going for her. No.
I think Curry had it covered as well. The ball would have been moving or travelling slowly enough that Curry could have adjusted, but we'll never know.
Yeah. There's Curry. Oh, full time. I thought it may have been another couple of minutes, but full time here, and that's 1-0 Partick Thistle. Not the prettiest game in the world, but do you know what? It's another 3 points to the board and 3 points that we'll take.
It's like 4 in a row.
It is.
A win's a win. All they care about first is getting safety. That's the first priority. And from then they can move on to being better than the other sides in the bottom six and salvaging some pride at having missed out in the top half. not a bad performance. It could have been a lot more. I think if the forwards had their shooting boots on, could have seen a few more goals. I don't think they'll be displeased with that performance. And this, we mentioned, this is not the Dundee United of old. They played well tonight and they looked dangerous at the counter.
Other scorelines in the bottom half: 4-0 Montrose against Queen's Park. Queen's Park are relegated, that is confirmed. Spartans 1, Aberdeen 1. Erin Rennie with a late goal. I say late goal, 72nd minute, but that's made that very interesting, considering we go away to Aberdeen on Sunday. We'll look to continue this momentum.
That would give Thistle a fair bit of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it put Thistle, tonight's results put Thistle 9 points clear of Montrose in 10th, which is the final relegation spot. Montrose on Sunday play Spartans at Montrose. That's another big 6-pointer.
That's an incredible game. Well, give us the top half scores whilst we're here.
Whilst we're here, top half scores: Hibernian 2, Motherwell 0, Glasgow City 1, Rangers 0, and it's currently 1 each between Celtic and Hearts.
Thank you very much.
But yes, another successful evening here at Peasy, and one that I think we'll be happy just to secure all 3 points. But full time, Partick Thistle 1, Dundee United 0.